20 Jan 2022 Current Affairs. First one is democratize and empower city governments. So the central theme is general approach towards urban empowerment. It is financial capabilities are unsystematic in India. So the recently Reserve Bank of India released one report called State Finances Study of Budgets of 2021-22. So this was released in November 2021. So it says about the urban finances are unsystematic manner in India. So there is no proper finances for the development of urban like cities and towns. Okay. Actually, third tier government in India playing a key role in combating the pandemic situations by implementing containment strategies regarding healthcare. Okay, so there is no functional autonomous to the urban development, and we have to improve our governance structure, and the government. Will give more resources for the development of urban areas, and it released 221 municipalities, and 70% of those municipalities have decline in revenues, and those municipalities have 71.2 expenditure. It means the revenue is not equal to expenditure, so the expenditure is higher than the revenue. And one more thing is limited coverage of a property tax in urban areas. So this is one of the failure in a municipal corporation revenue. So OECD data also revealed recent times. OECD means Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So this is a intergovernmental economic organization to stimulate the economic progress and to improve and to modify the world trade. So with 38 members were there, and it was started in 1961, and this data is saying about India has the lowest property tax collection rate in the world. Entire world we have we are collecting lowest property tax. Okay, so this is one of the feature for the lower revenue for the urban development. So what are the drawbacks regarding the lower urban development? During the pandemic situations, the instructions were given from the leaders from Prime Minister, it means central government, and PM to CMs, it means state government, CMs to district magistrate. So in this time, in urban areas, the city mayor are found missing. So they are found missing during taking a call on disaster mitigation. So this is one of the drawback, and because the urban development is a state subject, so that's why the state is more linked with political and democratic affairs. Okay, so and this report is saying that there is no financial empowerment for the urban development. So it was linked more to idea of competitive cities to attract investments to urban centers. Okay, not much investment has happened because they and not able to enhance their financial capabilities. And finally, they given some solutions or recommendations for the improvement of the urban development. The urban development should happen with three F's: functions, finances, functionaries to city governments. It means the resources should be quantitative and qualitative. Okay, and it means the democratic decentralization would be increased, and transparency should involve in this democratic decentralization, and adequate participation of people will be happen. So the center also will grant enhanced resources for the development of the urban areas. Okay, and the next topic is 5G services. Because of the 5G services, there is a conflicts and there is a threat to the flights. So the 5G services are not correct near the airports because there is a altimeters for the aircraft's altitude. So these altimeters provide information to the about the aircraft's altitude. So these altimeters are playing crucial part of flight operations for the pilots regarding weather conditions, altitude conditions. Okay, so these altimeters can affect by the 5G services. In this way, Federal Aviation Administration, this is a US transportation agency, cancelled flights to the US and rescheduled due to 5G services. And recently, national and international air travel disruptions were going because of the 5G services. And in the same way, South Korea, China, Japan, and several European states successfully rolled out 5G services. But in US, there are a lack of proper system to wireless near airports. They are facing some problems regarding the 5G services. What are challenges behind this 5G services? So the aviation regulatory contains planned buffer zones for US airports only protect last 20 seconds of flight going. So the flight is going, before the flight was gone, 20 seconds only they can protect. But in France, 96 seconds they are giving protection to the flights from the 5G signals. Okay, this is a challenge behind the US problem. And the third one is states-wide options on IAS cadre rule changes. So, the recently Union government is planning to acquire for itself, overriding the power to transfer or deputation of IAS, IPS cadres through central deputations only, and this want to doing away from the approval of state government. Okay, the Department of Personnel and Training wrote the letter to the states on Jan 12th about the recommendations and whatever it may be regarding the IAS cadre, they can do, they can give the permission from central government only, and they are away from the approval of state government. So the union government proposes to amend rule 6. Rule 6 is the deputation of cadre officers of IAS of 1954. So the central government announced like we are doing away from the state government's approval for the IAS cadre, but some states are opposed this type of provision, and six state governments written the letter to DOPT opposition, especially from opposition parties. Okay, so why the union government taken this decision? Because shortage of all India services officers in the union ministries. So there is a shortage of all India services officers in union ministries. Okay, and the Department of Personnel and Training said states are not sponsoring an adequate number of officers for the central deputation. Okay, states are not sponsoring adequate number of officers for the union ministries. Okay, no, there is not sufficient for requirement at the center. Okay, fourth topic is Miss Kerala not endangered by the aquarists. So, Denison barb is a fish breed, and this is a native freshwater fish species, and this is commonly found in some parts of Karnataka and Kerala, and has been included in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021. So this bill was introduced in Lok Sabha in last December. Okay, So this Denison barb was included in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill of 2021. So the scientific name is Puntinius denisoni, and the old name is Sahyadris denisoni. So what is the issue is, so the ornamental fish breeders, aquarists are saying remove the Denison barb from Schedule 1 to Schedule 4 because this is one of the highest endemic aquatic fauna in country. So we can see these type of Denison barb fish breeds in 11 rivers also, and this is mostly found in the parts of Karnataka and Kerala also. So the aquarists are saying please remove the species from Schedule 1 to Schedule 4, and this is for the trade also. And the sixth topic is E-Shram portal. E-Shram portal is launched by the Union Labour and Employment Minister, and this is a this has a special camps would be organized to registered unorganized sector workers. Unorganized sector workers means construction laborers, migrant workforce, street vendors, domestic workers, etc. So the aim is register 38 crore unorganized workers, and e-shram card will be distributed to the workers who are registered under this e-shram portal, and the 12-digit unique number will be given. And if the worker who is registered under this e-shram portal, if he meets any accident and on his death or permanent disability, he will get the 2 lakh rupees. If partial disability, he will get the 1 lakh rupees. So this is the responsibility to conduct e-shram portal by the states and the union territories of India. Okay. And recently Bimal Patel, he was appointed to the International Law Commission, and he got the 163 votes among 192 votes. So he elected in UN General Assembly with 163 votes, and the term will be started from Jan 1st 2023. So the term is 5 years from 2023, and the headquarters of International Law Commission is Geneva. It was in Switzerland, and this was founded in 1947. Okay, and next thing is, recently UAE government decreased work week from 5 days to 4.5 days. Okay, it means Monday to Friday the work is going, and Friday half day only they can present in the offices. So the work week was decreased from 5 days to 4.5 days in UAE government. And Mullaperiyar Dam was constructed on the Periyar River, Kerala, near Tamil Nadu region. So why the Mullaperiyar Dam was in news? John Pennington, he was a British engineer, and he constructed Mullaperiyar Dam in 1895, and the aim of this Mullaperiyar Dam was providing water to the 5 districts of Kerala government. So the Tamil Nadu government wanted to construct a statue of Colonel John Pennington in her own area in UK. And 15th Jan, on his birth anniversary, they celebrated his birth anniversary along with Pongal. Okay, and the Army Day is celebrated on Jan 15th. And recently the Haryana government announced 75% of the reservation in private sector to the local people. And the next one is World Economic Forum Davos Agenda Summit 2022 was postponed because of the COVID pandemic situation, and this was going 17th to 21 Jan digital meeting. Okay, the theme is the state of the world. And recently, UP government declared four villages near Nepal border as revenue villages. And recently, Twitter launched a Jagruk Water campaign, and the aim is right knowledge before vote. India and Japan joined for maritime partnership exercise in Bay of Bengal. Next one is Justice Hema Commission. So this commission, uh, this this commission for scrutinized for the problems faced by women in Malayalam film industry. So why this is in news? So the recently Kerala government formed a three-member panel to study and workouts and implement the recommendations under the Hema Commission. Okay, and the next one is Kumbalangi village in Ernakulam district of Kerala. This is the first ever sanitary napkin free because menstrual cups were distributed to women who are above the 18 years age under this campaign. Okay, and Kumbalangi village got the title of first India's model tourist village. Okay, and next in Kerala, Kollam district started a campaign called the Citizen. So this is a campaign to the educated to give education to the persons on the basics of the Indian Constitution. Okay, the aim is constitutionally literate district, and 7 lakh Kollam residents are there, and to uphold the constitutional values and to uphold the constitutional rights. Okay, the process is they are going to select 10 or 15 individuals from gram panchayat and 20 to 25 members in municipality, and the selected members will be receive some proper training, and they are called senators, and they create a squad of senators, and 2 to 3 sessions to each family they will give. They will give 2 to 3 sessions to each family, so they can take help from interested socio-economic socio-cultural organizations only, or and they are providing special handbook for the related constitutional rights, and constitutional values will be distributed to the students also. And recently, one person petitioned in the Supreme Court to discard the EVMs, electronic voting machines. Okay, so actually, according to Section 61A of Representation of People Act, permitted use of EVMs, and this was not passed in Parliament. So the petitioner says this will be null and void under this provision. Actually, EVMs introduced in 1982. So because of the easy process, and it consists of two units, control unit and selection unit, and it is cheaper to use, and saving time, and against fake voting, and easy to carry also. That's why they are adopted this EVMs in our Indian electoral system. Okay.